Let's wait till, 15 years from now. Yeah. Love. It's a condition. Or an addiction. Remember that song? Addicted to love. Yeah, it's an old song from ages ago. They put something forward that people didn't think about. So it's like, why can't I get enough of this person? And, from the old school procreating days, that was needed in order to proliferate one's own species. But the problem is, people have to live in society, they have to pay their bills. Then there's the old Billy Joel song, where then the reality kicks in. I forget the name of the song. But all of a sudden, these, young fools or whatever, go straight, what seemed like fun, and I don't mean to diminish fun, I know people have fun in high school and with that, what seemed okay suddenly became not okay, because, people grow in different directions. I don't know why that is. I'm not really sure what happens to people's brains, or why people maybe are determined or are forced onto certain paths. But one thing I do know is try not to let someone keep taking you down, because it's hard out here as it is, and people have to keep a roof over their heads, they have to pay their bills, and anyway. And while also trying to be happy and not feeling oppressed or insecure and sad, some men automatically have a thing where every once in a while or often their wives or female partners or whatever will feel incredibly insecure. And somehow it works more for men to create insecure women than it does for women to create insecure men. I don't know why that is, but women will always be seeking out people to take care of them. It's a very old, school thing. Just the way it is. And I've been all over the feminist field, and believe me when I say nothing's changed. Nothing has changed. Anyway, University Arts closed for the time being. I don't know if they'll reopen at all, but they had to close their doors for some reason. They lost their accreditation. I don't even know if they applied. You have to apply for it, I guess, on a yearly or by however many years you have to re-accredit yourself. But the streets of Philadelphia are much more boring, I guess is a good word. Philly, at least, and Broad Street was known for having all of its interesting people who went to the University Arts, and they expressed themselves, through clothing, dance, music, all this stuff, and it was kind of it kept the arts alive in Philadelphia. Arts are important, of course, but some people will never be able to express themselves without musicians in place, artists in place to identify with them and understand their struggle and stuff like that. So I don't know why they had to close, but they did. And I don't know if they'll ever reopen or not. But as a result, Broad Street is less interesting and quieter. So I don't know what to say. It would kind of suck if you went to a school and then they closed and you're like, I graduated from that school. I feel like they nixed all the work that I did to get through that. I didn't go to the University Arts, but I would feel pretty strange if my school or college closed down. They also closed, Cabrini. Turns out one of the Kelseys from the Eagles, his wife went to, Jason or the other one, his wife went to Cabrini and was a speaker at the last commencement ceremony this past summer. And anyway, but how weird is it to find out that the school you went to, that you feel like you worked yourself through and earned a degree from closes, you know, and it's like, does that negate all, you know, it would be kind of hurtful, I think. University of Delaware is there. It'll probably always be there. Things like, you know, state universities, University of Delaware, you know, Boston University, whatever. They'll probably stay in place for a long time. There's old school, traditional New England schools. But smaller colleges, like, what if they closed Bryn Mawr? What if they closed Haverton? What if they closed Vassar? Because they just didn't get the money. Here's Bullies, #1, firefighters, orange cone on top. You know, it's a firefighting thing, but they call themselves the Bullies. You know, I come from the land of, aren't we supposed to, you know, call out bullies? Because if we have bullies in place all over the place, then nobody can live in a nice environment, right? I'm like, I don't know when people were proud to be called the Bullies. I don't get that. The opposite has been, you know, don't bully people in school, don't do this, don't do that. So, but we do have a firefighter squadron that kind of takes pride in their name, the Bullies. Bullies against what? Someone in the flat tire, I've been there. So, anyway. The Dame of Broad Street. Icon returns up there. So, Cambria Hotel with a little red dot above the eye. You get it? Like the recording dot of a camera. So neat. So, University of Arts also had a building up here where those banners are. But no longer. And their cafeteria or their lunchroom or whatever you call it, dining hall, thank you, was where it's like a greenhouse-ish structure there across the street. We'll kind of see it when we go up there. And us regular folk would see, you know, students in there getting their lunch and everything, or their dinner. Next door originally was a Robinson Luggage, then it changed to a Wawa. And it was packed, especially with the students, because it was almost 24 hours, that one. And they'd be in and out of there, people all over the place, crawling all over Wawa. But they changed it to, or they got rid of the Wawa, and now it has signs for Chase, so Chase Bank coming soon, I guess. So no more University Arts to keep the city looking interesting. Another interesting thing about the city was those big windows there where the banners are. That is a ballerina studio or a dance studio. So at night you would see like people practicing, rehearsing and all that stuff at night. And now it's just an empty space, I guess. I don't know if they use it for anything.